Hello everybody, welcome back to Strictly Story Mode Gaming. Today, please join me as a tourist in the most detailed depiction of current-day San Francisco Bay Area found in open world gaming. Watch Dogs 2 is a stealth hacking title from 2016 that Ubisoft gave away for free last month. The story, in a nutshell,
you play as Marcus Holloway, who joins a secret hacking collective that is trying to infiltrate and expose an evil corporation from taking over the world by monopolizing the world's data.
Yup, it's nothing you haven't seen before in books, film, games, or real life. Since I've lived in the East Bay for decades, I was really curious how my homeworld would be depicted, but not motivated enough to play the cringeworthy questline. I've also heard it's way more fun rampaging through the city GTA style, so that's what we're going to do today. But first, I wanted to thank Internet Russian Dude for donating his save file for us lazy tourists so we don't have to grind for 30 hours. As a personal preference, I really dislike stealth and pancake games. And worst of the stealth missions is hacking into high-tech facilities, cause no matter how you dress it up, it feels just like this. Having lived in Northern California for over 20 years now, there is one special place near and dear to my heart that I wanted to visit first over any other spot in this digitally recreated Bay Area. That's right, Oakland, Chinatown. I used to work in downtown Oakland for 10 years, and my fondest memories involve lunching with friends here. Ubisoft has managed to suck the life out of one of the most vibrant locations in the Bay Area. Chinatown has a constant stream of humanity among noodle and boba joints, and this game, it just reduced it to a few empty blocks. Just for reference, in a severely underappreciated game, Sleeping Dogs in 2012 created this bustling Hong Kong night market. It feels like there are more people in this scene than in all of Watch Dogs. Even at this low graphic fidelity, this market feels so lively. They've mixed in produce, meat, and fish vendors with electronics and of course the bra and purse stand. And the real-world Oakland Chinatown feels very much like this. Yeah, I totally got hypnotized by the snack vendor on my very first gang mission.
Hey, you want a little refreshment? I got good ice cream here. Hey, over
I'm
here.
starving.
This is basic ice cream. Don't buy anywhere else. Taste it, see how good. Come back anytime.
So being rather disappointed in Watch Dogs Oakland Chinatown, I fast traveled to San Francisco Chinatown expecting Ubisoft to have spent a little bit more care and budget there. The problem with this game's depiction of the SF Chinatown is that in the real world, a lot of the vibrancy is inside various eating establishments. Here, most buildings are cutouts, and there's actually very few places you can enter. But Ubisoft, they really capture that feeling of going into a suspiciously empty buffet restaurant. It's not the right time of day. I don't know, this kitchen looks like they flipped assets from an IKEA catalog. And that Fry Daddy, it don't look like it's seen any action. What did the shepherd say to the other shepherd? Let's get the flock out of here. So what makes this game unique from GTA is that you can hack devices and machines because of the convenient plotline involving a centralized operating system. And hacking only takes a single button press. And it's, it's fun only for the first few times. And going on a rampage in a familiar real-world setting is actually much more fun than I was expecting. Anybody that's ever run into a pole in real life knows they don't give it up. But this game preserves the classic video game arcade feeling of destructible fun. I start getting a little paranoid, worried the police might show up, so I try to make a getaway. But it's just not my day.
Eyes open, asshole! Get away! Who do you think you are? Get some manners! I'll punch your smug face! No one cares about... Hey, you want to start something? What? Hamgatan! Tillasing!
Okay, that's, huh.
Yeah, this is what happens when you use somebody else's save, and I didn't even know I was carrying a gun. So I've never done anything criminal in my real life, but this game nudges you towards a life of crime as the path of least resistance. Fast travel points are limited, it takes time to call up a car on demand, so it's a time saver to just carjack. And there are very little immediate consequences, as I haven't ever been chased down by police for theft or for reckless driving. Now, contrast that with Sleeping Dogs, where every minor driving infraction counts against you as an undercover cop. They'll actually ding you for the destruction of property. So I thought I would relax a bit and hang out at Ocean Beach. Unlike the massive map of Los Santos that sprawls out just too much for me in GTA 5, the world of Watch Dogs 2 is more intimate and manageable, just enough to get a taste. I'm going to show about 90 seconds of uncut gameplay just so you can get a good feel for the open world they've built.
Yeah, we're cool.
My bad.
My friend Stacy kept saying no, but the instructor
Really
went on and
beautiful
on.
out today, isn't it?
I'll put this here. Where is he? Learn how to park my ass on a tool.
哦！你同我死翻落嚟啊！係啊，你睇下，有人冇帶腦出街啊，真係現代科學嘅奇蹟啊！睇下你死蠢搞乜撚嘢啊！唔該你，架車我㗎。 你以為自己係邊撚個啊？咁你惹我，躝開啊死蠢！
And I can't figure out how to reverse, so there's only one thing to do. After the vehicular kerfuffles of the day, I thought I would go enjoy a nice sunset overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge. So in real life, I've been to Battery Spencer and Fort Baker a great number of times. Now, even in this game, this is not a secured area, but it is a restricted area. I think to myself, no problem, I'm just gonna sneak in and jump over the fence and hide on the hill. In this world, they shoot on sight with no questions asked, just for trespassing. This is absolutely beyond ridiculous, even in a fictionalized version of the Bay Area. Think of how many mindless, hapless tourists would stumble in to get a selfie. Plus, Californians, they would not allow guards to shoot on sight in a non-secured area without warning. Guards would be only authorized to use non-lethal dart gun or a taser. After my worst day as a tourist ever, I reload my save to start my day over. I decide I need a classier formal look that makes the guards think twice about shooting a man with superior sartorial sense. I find the most high-end tailor in the city.
God damn it!
However, this NPC is aggressively preventing me from looking my finest. And he uses all the curse words in the book, including Bammer. I had to look that up.
Go away. You seem cool. Cozy, huh?
I've been trying to improve my posture, you know?
I don't have time for
Really
this.
bad, avoid slouching, that kind of thing. But then I feel like I look like a dickhead, too proper. Isn't that messed up? How physical health is connected to how people perceive you? Oh well, let people think I'm a dickhead.
Hey, there's a changing room out back.
Thanks.
I totally didn't mean for that to happen. It was the wrong button press.
What the hell?
What?
What?
What the hell?
The magic of open world sandbox games like GTA 5 and this one is that you often find yourself in these weird transgressive situations. But it's harmless and you just have a laugh. If this were real life as a young black man, well, you know the potential outcome. But this game will also try its best to kill you in all the wrong ways. Since we can't go back in there to buy a suit, we have to go somewhere else.
Hey, hello.
So what Watch Dogs 2 does get right is really capturing the blandness of retail. You know, in a cowboy game, you've got cool cowboy gear, and a dragon game, you've got your dragon armor, right? Oh, I hate those pants. Well, in a game about San Francisco, you have crappy casual wear. Thank God at least they sell some Crocs. Now that my clothes express who I truly am, I head over to Oakland to lay low. But I'm drawn like a moth to a flame. Now, Ubisoft put that ice cream truck there for one reason, and for one reason only. It must be one of the most common fantasies out there.
I can't believe with my own eyes.
And despite my utter failure with the flatbed truck yesterday, I can't resist. But like most childhood fantasies, once fulfilled, it loses its charm. I can't make my mind up about this game. The first few hours I had were truly enjoyable and memorable. I thought I was going to be just a tourist walking around to all the places I knew, and maybe fly around a drone. But instead, I ended up in scrape after scrape. The novelty did start chipping off little by little near towards the end, where I started hearing repeat snippets from NPCs. And ice cream trucks were everywhere baiting the player. I'm really grateful Ubisoft was forced to give this game away for free to anybody with a Uplay account. My biggest gripe of this game is how mindless and bizarrely casual combat zones are placed next to civilian areas without, high security zone fencing. I did a lot of jury duty at the Oakland courthouse, and I really wanted to see what it looked like inside. It's a big building, and I had to walk around to find the entrance. Now, I just accidentally slipped a foot into this parking lot, and Oakland PD started shooting. Why is this dirty parking lot a shooting gallery? Also, they're shooting in the direction of other innocent civilians, so I moved inside to spare them. On one hand, Ubisoft really went out of their way to create an immersive game world. And then they threw that in the garbage by putting kill zones willy-nilly over the city. Now, if this game took place in a military state or the post-apocalypse, no problem. But these hapless Californians are just walking around without a care in the world, and this kind of tonal mismatch, it's just not immersive. So, despite what Canadians think about gun-toting Americans, Montreal Ubisoft would have made a much more interesting and accurate game about hackers with purely non-lethal weapons. There are plenty of guns in GTA and hundreds of first-person shooters out there. Despite these immersion killers, this game world is something definitely worth experiencing for free or at a deep discount, especially if you have visited or lived in the Bay Area. Thank you for joining me. Let's meet again in another game in another world.
East is the Tenderloin, 1 block west is Knob Hill, so we call it the Tender Knob. There's a lot of homeless people, and then there's divas down the street. It's actually a great neighborhood. I love living there.
Will you? But Okay.
Right. I'm so grateful for invite because I almost forgot my father's birthday.
Yeah.
So I had to call him instead of sending him his bottle of scotch, which he always expects every year.
Yeah.